Hey y'all, it's your girl J9 Eve, and apparently right now Cat Williams is viral as he should be. In this moment, Cat Williams is viral because he is exposing everybody. Everybody. If you are familiar with Cat Williams, you know they have been demonizing this man for decades. They tried to ball him up, shake him up real good with his little self, and toss him in the garbage can. But Cat is Cat. And like I always tell people, cancellation is not real. You can't cancel people. You can kill people, but you can't cancel them, okay? You can't cancel a person. But they tried to make it harder for him to do stuff, and even more so, the way to do that is to basically try to discredit you. So they've been trying to discredit Cat Williams for decades now. For decades, and yet and still, here he is. He always was still there in the shadows, or not in the shadows, not being quiet, being loud, per usual, per Cat. You know what I'm saying? Being Cat, no matter what. And so he's come out. He did a interview. Oh my gosh, the things that he said, and it's just confirmed everything for everyone. And I know it's a lot of people who turned on him. Who are very nervous right now. There was this one part popped up and I was like, oh my God, it just spoke. You know, there's certain things you hear that just literally just speaks to you personally. It spoke. And so I was like, yeah, I gotta react to it. I was about to go live, but I gotta react to it. So I had to shut that down so that I can make this, okay? So here we go.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them.
It's up for all of y'all. Cat said it. It's up for all of y'all. 2024 definitely. I'm gonna tell you this. Every year it just feels like it's just gonna be another year. It's just whatever. It's going to roll over and be like the same. But it was something so strange about 2023. I'm going to tell you. It was something so weird about it that when 2024 hit, I felt a shift. I actually did feel a shift. I felt a shift. Like that 2023 was an accident. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like 2023 was a glitch. So I can see 2024 is about to look very different. Like I think 2024 is going to leave us looking very different. That's what I'm saying to you. Like I think it's going to look very, very different. Cause yeah, absolutely.
Don't matter if you Diddy or who you is, TG Jakes, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Cat Williams on here calling people out again. I told y'all before, the higher elites made the media make him look crazy because he didn't want to take their route.
Yeah, that's what they do. Try to make him look nuts. They did a good job too. Look at him. He look right crazy. That photographer was hating on you, Cat. He was hating on you. That's all. That's what had happened. The photographer at the police station was hating on Cat. For sure. Cause damn.
When you take a different route, they make you look crazy. Oh, you think I'm playing?
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
He decided to go another route, which was a different route than what they wanted him to go. So they painted a picture of him for us. But I told y'all, when they make somebody look crazy in the media, pay attention to what that person's saying.
Yeah, I've been doing that for a while, though. Like whenever they start acting like somebody's just talking crazy, I picked up on it when they first started really going in on Kanye. Because listening to Kanye, I always could kind of figure out what it was that he was saying. But all of a sudden everybody would turn stupid. Like it was like really y'all, you can't see any part of what he's saying or the like what he meant by what he was saying. You can't see none of that. He's just crazy, just flat out. He's just crazy. And that's how I knew. That's why I like Kanye. I've always liked Kanye. because I can relate to even the mental illness side. Like I can relate to him, basically the realness, like the refusal to conform. Like, we live in a world of conformity. Soon as somebody, even honestly, just to even put this out, depending on who starts the conversation. Like when KATT did this interview, the way the first big person reacted to his interview ends up dictating how the trickle down into how people feel about it. So it's a lot of people who would jump on this bandwagon and be like, oh, KATT's not crazy. See, look, it's these people, da 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 da. But they don't actually, they don't even have their own opinions. They don't even have their own opinions. They're just influenced. They're just being influenced by the influencers, But like, in all honesty, that's always been the case. That's always a thing. It's a clear, obvious tactic to do. If someone knows some stuff about you that you don't want out, what do? Try to make that person look crazy. People use it in marriages. Like it's a tactic used, period. It's not just in Hollywood. That's just a tactic used, Like, you can't trust him. He got this in his background. They'll find out something about you to make people distrust what you're saying because they don't want you to tell. They don't want people to believe that thing you know about them. This is a thing. You know what I'm saying? This is like old stuff. But some people are just going to jump on the bandwagon but like, had somebody from the other side jumped on this first and spread it in another way, see how crazy he's talking about everybody, he just always was like this, then this could have went a whole nother way. But I'm gonna tell you, it's the shift in the universe for 2024. People want to see something different. They want to see something different. It's like, it can't be that cut and fucking dry. And so people are a little bit more like, that third eye is boop.
9 times out of 10, they're telling truth. Now you got him on here exposing everybody.
Because the people want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you would tell it.
And that's something, I thought it was weird, his response. You would tell it. Like, why was that the first thing he thought? Like, why? You would tell it. Like, what? Something in his response and even his body language, and look at his face. Look at his face. And he said that you would tell it. You would tell it. Kind of pulls his face back like this. You could tell it. I'm not big into body language, but I'm reading that. Okay. I'm reading that look on his face. Sharp. His last name is Sharp. This guy. I'm reading it. And that looks like that looks like a man who probably could be worried about some things. You know what I'm saying? Coming out. Like, you would just tell it? So you're just gonna tell on me? I mean them?
no, somebody come to tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean?
KATT never got unblackballed. Hey, sir. He never got unblackballed. He just kept going. Because he's made of different stuff than you. That's why. Like, if you got canceled, you would just go, oh, I've been canceled. I'm canceled. I guess I don't exist anymore. He's still blackballed. You can't understand that he's still blackballed because you're looking at him right now. Because he's here. So clearly, he's still able to do stuff. Because he didn't accept that, okay? Oh, these people are so funny. It's like, literally, we are not social media. We just watch it, okay? That's not us. We're actual people who are on social media. You can't cancel a person on a computer and expect the cancellation to translate into real life, okay? You just can't. You can't, okay? Stop fearing cancel. Here, make that a thing of 2024. Stop fearing cancellation. It only has power if you believe in it. It's like the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? It only has power if you believe in it. If somebody says you're going to be canceled and you laugh at them and proceed, nothing happens. You'll notice nothing happens. Okay? If you've created a following, do you think your following, not a following, but if you think that your following that you've created would 100% of them all turn on you because someone else said something, then, technically you started out canceled. You never were really there, okay? You weren't there. You just were in a room with a bunch of other bored people are in there and they just happened to be looking at you, but they didn't come look for you. You know what I'm saying? Look at the look on his face. He's like, you worried about getting recanceled? Like, when did the other cancellation let up? I don't know what you're talking about.
Again, these people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people.
Bam! And that was the thing that made me want to make this. That statement he said. Satan can't create anything. He can't bless his people with anything. He can't. Okay? He just can't. That ain't what he do. That ain't what he got. He ain't got that. Okay? He will delude you to make you think that something that you end up with something, but it's always this ulterior motive. He will give you something to destroy yourself with. Because once you sell your soul, I'm not a believer in all things, but I can tell you this is to anything. Once you sell out, period, whether that be what one might call selling your soul, once you sell out, you are not 100% there. You're gone. Parts of you are gone now. You're not going to get them back. You can't look at yourself in the mirror because you are no longer you. You don't want to look at yourself in the mirror because you don't recognize yourself anymore because you don't look like you. You sold you. And now you're something else.
That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen.
This man said the number one job for somebody in Hollywood who sold their soul is to act like they didn't sell their soul.
Yes. The number one job of a person who sold their soul in Hollywood is to pretend. Use them acting skills, okay? Use them acting skills to pretend like you were a person, okay? You're going to play a character of a person who did not sell their soul. That is what that is. I thought that was the most powerful thing I've heard in a long while. Okay? The main job, all the stuff you now got. Look at all the stuff you got. And you didn't get, what's so crazy is like, it's like there's this marker. They're talking about the dress. They talk about once you think about, especially like black men in Hollywood and them having all the ones who made it huge. All the big, huge stars have all worn a dress, basically dressed like a woman for a role, in a role. It's like this thing that happens and they just want to make you do something that makes you uncomfortable. And that is when all of a sudden things open. And I've been listening to some people in their translation of what that is. I don't think that it is like, so it's like people say like, that's like, it's like they think of it as like a degrading thing that they make you do. It's like, you do this, it shows that you do whatever we say, we control you. And so now you can do all these things, we'll let you get big. But I don't think that's what it is. What I think it is once you do that thing that makes you uncomfortable, that you're worried about how it's gonna, like, seems like it's a bit much. Like, I feel like I'm literally, it's like, I would do, basically it's the moment when you say, I would do anything for fame. That's a marker for I would do anything for fame, right? Once you cross that marker, I think it's a personal thing to yourself. You automatically now would do anything for fame. It's like a border. It's like you have a line that you won't cross. Like, crossing the line isn't just you testing the waters. Oh, see, I crossed the line. No, the line don't just get crossed. That line now disappears. Once you cross the line, you're now over there. You're over here. You're all of this now. You're not just here. Now you're everywhere. And so that is why the success thing comes. The big success thing comes because now you don't have boundaries anymore. Like, certain people don't make it in Hollywood that far because they always have these boundaries. That there's certain things that you just won't do. And that limits you, of course, like clearly, right? And so, but these things are getting presented to these certain people. They present them with this thing. It's like, this person has the potential to actually be big on their own without us being able to kind of dictate anything or kind of hold anything over them. So we need to let's just get them to break that line real quick. Let's just get them to break that line before they get big and see how all of us all feel like it was the dress that made them do it. It's a diversion. Okay. The fact of the matter is, selling out is something that makes you feel like less of yourself. Once you feel like less of yourself, you have issues looking at yourself in the mirror. Ultimately, it usually ends in self-destruction. Where do you go when you self-destruct? Rumor is Hades, okay? You see what I'm saying? It's like it's this mind game. That's why it's like you're here. We're all here for this limited amount of time. I don't have all the time in the world. So for me to sell out and now hate myself for my last 20 years of me being normal would be crazy. It would be crazy. It would be crazy. So, I mean, I just thought that was very, very interesting. And I'm very proud of KATT, but I'm also happy that the reception that this time, because this ain't the first time KATT has tried to expose some people and bring these things to light. Everybody was still calling him crazy, though. Everybody who's now on the bandwagon, last time when he opened his mouth and said it, all agreed and said they thought he was on crack and he was a drug addict and nobody, like they all were doing that to him. So I ain't gonna pick on anybody for doing that, but what I am gonna say is I'm glad that this time people are receptive and listening, and I will give some credit to the whole thing that happened with Diddy. That Diddy thing busted this thing wide open. So now everybody's curious about what's happening behind that veil. So thanks, Cassie. Everybody say, thank you, Cassie. Okay, because she started this. Okay? KATT, you can thank Cassie. And with that, I bid you adieu. Okay? Y'all behave. All right? 2024 is going to be different. So if you do some weird stuff, please understand it's going to be a short year of success if anything good comes from it, because the bad is right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? All right? Be you, do you. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Peace.